C.T. Shu has demonstrated a passion for economic development that is virtually unparalleled for someone in his circumstances. He's a creative architect. He has used his business and his professional skills to help our community and help the economy. And on a personal basis, C.T. Shu is one of the nicest people that you ever deal with. If you go and ask C.T. Shu to help you on something, he'll do more than you ask him to do to help. I think that he has demonstrated a tremendous ability to be a key player in economic development for Central Florida.
When I first started really getting involved with EDC, I would look around, and everywhere I looked there was this C.T. Shu, and any kind of a meeting. It could be a board meeting, it could be a social meeting, it could be an outbound mission. And it wasn't just that he was there. He was a cheerleader. He was an ambassador. He was always selling EDC to investors and to whatever project we were working on. I can't think of anyone that better embodies this award than CT.
And Don, I would have to agree with that. CT has great passion for this community and the development of this community, and certainly for the EDC as a key development organization in this community. And CT, whatever we needed him to do, and sometimes even when we did need him to be an advocate, a great ambassador for the EDC, he was always doing that. And occasionally he would call me and tell me about people that he talked to about the EDC and encouraging us to get them involved with the EDC. So he's been just a great supporter, and we've very much enjoyed working with him over the years. CT's contributions to the EDC and the community have been just tremendous over the years, specifically at the EDC, serving on the board, serving on committees, especially the Investor Relations Committee, which basically is helping us to raise the resources necessary to do the work of the EDC. And he was passionate about getting other people to get to know the EDC, introducing us to people, relationships that we would not have had without his support.
CT thinks outside the box, and he uses those skills to help stimulate discussions at meetings. It's been fascinating to watch him stand up and passionately encourage a direction that we would go in our meetings. He attends, he's constantly selling the EDC. He's a very good person to bring a prospective investor to, because you will leave feeling not only that you should join the EDC, but that you've made a new friend.
In my time, I've watched him in meetings, and he's never passive, but in a very good sense. He is always engaged. He's never just sitting there. And particularly with the investor relations, you could almost see with him that if there was a thought that we were losing the interest of someone who had been an investor, it was almost like he would take it personally. And what can we do to make sure this person, is still involved, still engaged, and wants to be a part of the EDC? That always impressed me about him. When you work in a community organization, you can sort of tell that there are some people who are there because they think their business is going to benefit from them being there. And then there are people that they get it, that business only happens and flourishes in a very healthy community and a healthy economy. And giving is as important as taking. And that's what always came through to me with CT. He got that, and he was not just worrying about EDC or his own business, but he was really worrying about this community.
I would say the quality of his work, you see many of the buildings that he's designed, and he's not only gotten himself involved, but his team as well. And he always embraces whatever it is that the EDC is doing and adds value by thinking about it and then sharing with me personally in conversations about how we can do things better, or particular focus or interests that we could pursue, whether it's international trade development or in some of the industry sectors that we're trying to recruit.
I would describe CT's leadership style as servant leadership. He is a person that is humble and respectful. And when you look at the tremendous credentials that he has as a professional, it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. He has some tremendous things that he has done. I know that when his firm was selected as one of Florida's top architectural firms a year ago, you'd have to pull that information out of him. And there were several settings when I invited him to comment on that, and he would, but he wasn't seeking that kind of attention. He motivates by asking questions and letting people run with an issue, and then he tries to play a helpful role, but he'll take the leadership role if you want him to. He's a very effective leader.
Congratulations, CT.
CT, I'm looking forward to working with you for many years ahead. You and your family and your professional team at your firm are real assets to our community. Keep up the good work. We are very proud of you.
CT, no one could be more deserving of this recognition than you are. Thank you for your friendship. I look forward to continuing to work with you, and thank you so much for your Chinese New Year's candy.
CT, thank you so much for your great support of the Metro Orlando EDC and for being not only a friend to the EDC, but a great personal friend to me as well. And I look forward to working with you in this coming year and many years to come.